Empangeni, and
Okay.
then
Nancy.
Thank you, Sean. Good evening, everybody, and welcome, especially welcome to William. William, I don't know if you managed to read the few of the pages that are sent on the group, and I don't know if you've got the book, Eat That Frog. This team has already dealt with Eat That Frog a couple of years ago, but what I did then was just read every chapter and we sort of put a little bit of discussion in, not too much. But I decided a couple of weeks ago that we should get back to basics. You know, we all try and be very clever and very digital and very clever, and we try and do more than just the basics. And I don't know if any of you have been listening or just catching the every now and then on Reels, our founder's little messages, and every now and then the one that he said the other day was, you know how we start this business? We get three people and we help them to get three people. And we help those three to get three people. And so we grow our business. As simple and as easy as that. It's back to basics. Nothing scientific, nothing rocket science. All we have to do, we're not selling anything. We're just sharing the good news of good nutrition. So tonight, I was going to do every single chapter once a month because, William, I am not semi-retired, I am retired. So I was going to do one book a month, one chapter a month. But then it was taken 21 months, and no, I didn't think that would be a very good idea, seeing that our team has already done this book. But what my whole thought behind this whole thing was, is to try and get you back literally to basics. Stop thinking big, fancy things, just back to basics. What are you going to do every day? What are you going to do every night? What are you going to put on your wall? What are you going to think about? And just simply the basics. And if you just keep to the system, if you know Charlie Bolton, William, you'll know that he's a very basic man. The only thing he can do on his cell phone is phone. The only thing I can't do on my cell phone is phone. Everything else I can do on my cell phone. I just can't phone. But maybe that's why I am still where I am, and Charlie is where he is now. And I think if we all were where Charlie was now, we wouldn't really be interested in this group. In fact, I think we would be more interested in this group because we want others to know what we know, and we want others to succeed the way we succeed. And that's Charlie's whole way. He wants us to succeed the way he has succeeded. He was, with huge respect said, a simple man that knows farming, and that's it. He has no education of university degrees. He's a basic man. And this is what our business is basic, friendly, human business. So what I'm going to throw a different spin on it tonight. And we are actually going to get a few people to tell us about the chapters that they actually read and discussed. So we're going to start off with Jenny H. I've asked her to really read and absorb chapters 9 and 10 of Eat That Frog, and to tell us what she learnt and how she's going to apply it, or has applied it maybe even, to her life. Thank you, Jenny.
Good evening, everybody. Yummy. We're going to eat that frog. The big, slimy, ugh. But how do we eat that frog? One bite at a time, like you eat an elephant, I suppose. So let me get started because I do get carried away, as you know. I'll try and be brief. So prepare before you begin. What does a good, Jenny, what does a good scout say?
A good South
William.
Scout says, be prepared.
Gee, you're an excellent pupil. Can always be in my class. Yes. Ina Jordan taught us the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So to overcome procrastination, we actually have to have all our ducks in a row. When you prepare a meal, not that I cook, but anyway, when you prepare a meal, you're supposed to put all the ingredients on the counter, because it's no use baking that cake and thinking, oh, it's because you forgot the baking soda. So before you begin, you have to clear your workspace, gather all the information you need, and clear your desk, because you have to be organized. In this business, we're taught to have a diary, we're taught to be constructive, productive. So resolve to clean up your desk, because if you are prepared, you'll feel effective, efficient, and ready to go. So get on with it. Jenny, what do you say? Jenny,
Just do it.
thank you, Ansi.
Just
At least
do it.
do it. Yes, some of us are teachable. So get on with the job and be prepared to fail. You say, oh, I keep on inviting, and people say no, 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 but every no is closer to a yes. Think of Edison and the light bulb. I think it's not lack of ability, it's that fear. What is fear? Did you know that what fear is? Yes, it is. False evidence appearing real. Procrastination. Overcome that procrastination. I think, tell me somebody who doesn't procrastinate. You just get on, but you take the huge task first. Take it step by step. Sean, how many park runs have you run? How many, Sean?
304 so far.
And that first step, you just took it, and then you got to your destination. That is amazing. Really, well done, well done. I'm going to put a little star. I was a teacher, as you don't know. I'm going to put a star on your forehead. Well done. So then, now I may be having another operation, by the way, and it's really, I'm feeling quite apprehensive. Because the last operation, all the spinal fusion thing, I had to learn to walk again. Step by step by step. But you have to take the first step, but you have to have the end in mind. Same with your goal setting. Have you set your goals? So do you tick them off as you achieve them? Eat that frog. Set the goals. So set the goal, task, or project in your life. You've been procrastinating, make a list. And isn't it wonderful when you've made the list, for example, of your goals and you tick them off? That is just so fantastic. So get started one step at a time, and you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. And John taught me this when I first joined the business. John, I am teachable. Inch by inch, everybody repeat after me, inch by inch, life is a cinch. Just do it, get on with it. Do this business, and what you'll accomplish, you'll be amazed, but everybody else will say, wow, awesome, fantastic, well done. And you go across that stage, and this business is a recognition business. You will be recognized by the company, by your team, and of course, by Charlie. Thank you. I will now say the end.
Yeah, well done, Jen.
done.
Yeah, when I first started the business, I also did goal charts and dream charts and all the rest of it. And it is amazing when you look at the end of the year and you see how many boxes are ticked. And it's just so, what's the word, exhilarating to realize that you actually met your goals. And William, if you start small, your first goal is your 100 PV. Did you manage to get your 100 PV last month? If you didn't, that's okay. The only one that's losing out is you, nobody else. You're not letting anybody else down except yourself. So then you set the goal for this month. Try and get that 100 PV. Try and talk to at least 3 other people. Doesn't matter the result, as long as you've talked to other people. So, having said that, we are going to continue with the chapters that we have been designated this month. And the next 2 chapters is chapter 11 and 12, upgrade your key skills and identify your key constraints. And I've asked Ansi to read those 2 chapters and to put her thoughts forward and what has she learned and how is she going to possibly apply those 2 chapters to her life this next month. Thank you, Ansi.
Thank you, Jenny. Yeah, you know what? I once again realized this awesome company business we have if we do it. There's a lot of things. For me, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not where I'm supposed or want to be. It's because I wasn't true to how I must do it. And we always think we're clever, but as Jenny said, just stick to the basics. Okay, short and sweet. I'm not going to color in too much. For success, you need the skills. So we all know if you got the skills, you must take the action. Because if you don't take the action, you will move actually backwards instead of forward. And as Jenny mentioned, procrastination, that is fear, a lack of confidence to do the tasks. Oh, my word, to do the tasks. And you feel discouraged. You have to upgrade your skills if you want to do the job. Never stop learning. The main thing is to manage your time. And, you know, we think we do a lot of business if we look at our WhatsApp or look at our emails, but that is not productive. So we have to be personal, and professional is the best technique. You are the key of your business. You must do what you do, you must do it well. Identify the most important thing you do. Minimum the things that steal or eat your time. There's a weakness in the field if you identify that you're not doing what you're supposed to do. What we have to do is we have to know what we do and learn and help others and teach them so that they can do what is the best for their business. And I don't think we always understand this ripple effect that your small part have in the bigger picture of the success of your business and our team. 3 steps to up your skills: read daily. If you don't like reading, then listen to audio tapes. Or even in the car, as Sean always tells us, let's learn while we drive. They say an average person per year spend about 500 to 1,000 hours per annum while driving the car. So can you think what can we learn? So just 2 exercises. Identify the skills that can help you to achieve better and faster results. The other one is to develop your personal plan. Do your most important tasks in an excellent fashion. Focus on the areas where you are special talents, where you have special talents and you enjoy the most. This is the key to unlock your personal potential. Well, that is chapter 11. So chapter 12, I will take quicker. Concentrate on the key constraints. Where are you today? Where would you like to be? What goals are you going to set to speed up the progress and to achieve your goals? What stop you or hold you back? Why are you not at your goal already? This one thing you must ask yourself on your way to achieve what you want to achieve. Personal productivity. So what, when, and how are we going to achieve our goals? Identify the constraint with focus. Identify your limited factor, because if you don't concentrate on the limited factor, you won't be able to go forward. Every task set a limited speed. Sometimes we stay too long on a small thing, and that prevents us from going forward. So what is that? Like we do exercise in the gym, it's also important to do mental exercise. That can help a person need and require a weakness in the organization or something else. Limited factors are always there. It's your job to find it out. It's your business. By continuing to do the company, well, we're all in a company of our own, but we're in one big New Life company. Marketing is very, very important. That is the success of this company. All of the above determine the growth and the capital we earn per month. What is it in for me? We all know that 80-20% was really a shock for me to realize that 80% of factors that holding your back is internal. Only 20% is external, outside ourselves. So let's concentrate on the 80% that hold us back and concentrate on that, and that will take us forward. End of story. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Aye,
Ansie. Well done.
I was thinking to myself, how the hell can Jenny do all this chapter in one? We need one chapter per month.
No.
And
Well done.
actually,
Well done.
isn't it?
Well done.
Maybe I would.
One bite at a time, Ansie. One bite at a time. And you did it. Proud of you. Very well done. Okay, so tonight we had not only chapter 9, 10, 11, and 12, but we also had one more chapter, chapter 13. And that's quite an important chapter. Put the pressure on yourself. Nobody else. You know, the one thing about this company that I like is that the boss is you. How many people out there work for a boss and they hate their boss and they don't like their colleagues and they can't stand going to work because the boss is this and the boss is that and the boss is the next thing. So guess who's the boss of our business? Ha! You are. You have got to like yourself. You have got to put the pressure on yourself or accept the consequences. If you don't put the pressure on yourself and you fail, guess who's to blame? Not Debbie and John, not Charlie, not Kendra, you, yourself. That is, I think, worse to think that you can't blame anybody else. You can only blame yourself. So the person that has really succeeded in this business, and I mean really, I don't know how long William has known Sean.
Wow.
But I've known Sean a few years.
A lifetime.
And Sean used to be so shy that he could not say boo to a ghost in the middle of the afternoon on a sunny day. He could hardly even talk to himself in the mirror because he was just too shy to even do that. And I still see him at family gatherings. Everybody else is what. Sean is sitting by himself. But in this business, Sean has succeeded. Why, Sean? Why have you succeeded to where you are today?
It was a decision to get over myself. And as this chapter says, it's identify your key constraints. And I'm it. I am my own worst enemy. And a little bit is a bit of perfectionism. I've always worked in the assumption if you're going to do something, do it properly and don't mess about. So if I feel, and this is what really been my downfall, if I feel that I can't do it perfectly the first time, I don't bother doing it. And Jenny, you were talking about parkrun. I always used to, the amusing part is my family started parkrun before I did. If you look at their parkrun birthday, it's about 2 years ahead of me. And I would look for any excuse. There's a cloud over there, but 100 k's out to sea, it might rain, I'm not going to run. There's a couple of leaves moving on the trees. It's windy today. I'm on standby. Going to run. Now, if I'm forced to miss it, I get upset because I missed my park run. And I missed it last weekend because I was on the way down and I got a call out. So that's one of the downsides of working this business part-time as well. So, but you can't always control what happens to you, but you can always control your response. And I've always said with this business, yes, the bonuses have been great. Yes, the products are amazing. And, they've reversed my arthritis. And there's been a ton of other things, stories and results that I've had. But what has been the most valuable for me has been the personal development. Because it was a matter of encouragement from everybody here saying, you can do it, you can get up. And one of them is Laverne Smith. Laverne, I can 150% identify with because she was as shy as me, probably worse. Tough call on that one, even Alta. And when I've seen what they've done and are able to do now, it was a case of just do it. And also, when you're confident in what you're talking about, it does become easier. So my biggest constraint has always been me. And I know just recently, the frog's been eating me more than me eating the frog, but we can still, we're getting around it. And we've got a couple of rather large frogs on our front step, which the kids scream about every time they walk down. But it's a reminder on a daily basis that I'm walking over you. You're not getting the better of me. And even if you just do a little bit, I've been listening to a couple of talks just recently, as always, as Nancy said, I don't listen to the radio. I can't remember the last time I actually listened to an FM radio. I listen to podcasts. Very occasionally I listen to music, but I listen to podcasts. And that is my daily training, my daily inspiration. I do get to spend a fair amount of time driving around between hospitals and the office. And when I'm driving, my phone is playing continuously. And it's not just one thing, it's a whole range of different things. And one of the things that came up just recently was if you plan a task, you can plan 100 tasks. Hey, this month I've got to do 3,500 PV. But if you don't put a date on it, it's not going to get done. You can plan from here until Christmas. But if you don't put specific dates on your specific steps, it's not going to get done. And this is one of the things by doing this is you picture your frog. But what are you going to eat first? The eyeballs, the toenails, or the whole thing? If ever looked at digital photography? You have this big picture, and now you zoom in, you zoom in, and you zoom in, and you zoom in. Now, what are you seeing? If you're just looking at the big picture, how do you get there? You've got to follow each little pixel at a time to get that picture. And this is what we've got to do in our business as well, is you look at the big picture, but then you break it down into each little step. I don't know if you've ever looked at your GPS or traveled with Google Maps and you say, plan the journey. I'm going to Durban, plan the journey, and it takes you through 100 meters down the road, turn left. 3 kilometers down the road, turn left. 4 kilometers, turn right. Keep going. And it tells you every step. Now, something happens and you can't turn left. It doesn't say, oh, turn around and go home. It says recalculating the route. And this is exactly what we need to be doing over here as well. You set your end goal. You look at the end result. You don't forget, you never lose sight of that. But you take each step as it comes. I've got a lovely book that I need to go through again called If You Want to Walk on the Water, You've Got to Get Out of the Boat. It's a very, very good book. Maybe we can cover that at some stage. But how many disciples were in the boat when Jesus came to them in the middle of the storm?
2,
How many walked on the water?
1.
One.
And it was only when he was told, yes, come to me. And he took that step. By step 3, he was going, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and I can't swim. And he sank. But as long as he kept his eyes focused, he could walk on the water. And we need to do exactly the same thing. So by eating the frog, it's getting through each of those little steps. And just as the summary goes over here, we need to, where'd my summary go? Identify your most important goal in life today. Not Bloemfontein, not convention, not end of the year. Today. Okay, today's finished, but tomorrow's Wednesday. What is your most important goal for tomorrow? Using your products. Talk to somebody. Invite somebody to Saturday's meeting. Whether you're going or not, invite somebody. Say, listen, would you like to see these products? There's a wonderful opportunity coming up on Saturday. Come along, it's free. We pay, but guests are free. What is that goal? What one goal, if you achieved it, would have the greatest positive effect on your life? What one career accomplishment would have the greatest positive effect on your work life? Okay, I think I'm the only one that's still working over here, but we're all working because we're in our own business. Determine the one constraint, internal, and that's always my biggest problem, is my own, or external, that sets the speed at which you accomplish this goal. As I said, you can't change what happens, but you can change how you respond to what happens. Why don't I have it already? What's been stopping me? What is it in me that is holding me back? Whatever your answers, take action immediately. Do something. Anything. Just do something. Do anything but get started. With parkrun, the first parkrun I did, there was a whole lot more park walking than there was park running. And now there's a whole lot more park running than there is park walking. But 300 weekends later, so they have it every single weekend. That's 52 a year. I've only done 300. But 300 times 5, as I wrote on the post a little while back when I hit that, I ran to Cape Town. Would you like to run to Cape Town tomorrow? How are you going to get there? One park run at a time. So we got 5 minutes left. That's me out.
Can I
Well
just
done.
say
Thank you,
something?
Sean. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want
I've-
to say, Jenny, congratulations on your lady in England, Penny McGuinness. Sent her a message that her time was up for renewal, and she put in a 781 to be ordered today. So
Thank you,
that's
Debbie, for doing
counts.
that. Thank
That's
you.
counts. Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've just come back from the Cape. From the time I left Stutterheim on the 13th till the time we arrived back in Stutterheim on the 29th, we did 3,152 kilos.
Lekker.
And how did it start? By reversing out the garage. How did it end? By coming back into the garage, 1 meter at a time. So quickly, let's see if I can summarize this whole thing. Chapters 9 to 13 of Eat That Frog says, Brian Tracy focuses on enhancing productivity through thorough preparation, as Jenny said, incremental progress and skill development. Key strategies include gathering all necessary materials before starting, breaking large tasks into small, manageable oil barrels, steps, and developing key skills and talents to work faster and more efficiently. Chapter 9, prepare thoroughly before you begin. Clean your desk. Clear your workspace and gather all materials beforehand to maintain focus and avoid procrastination. Chapter 10 says, take it one step at a time, one oil barrel at a time. Break large, intimidating tasks into small, manageable subtasks to avoid feeling overwhelmed. Chapter 11 says, upgrade your key skills, continuously improve your abilities in critical areas to increase speed, efficiency, and confidence in your tasks. Chapter 12 says, leverage your special talents, identify what you are best at, and focus your efforts on those specific tasks that only you can do. Chapter 13, identify your key constraints, the bottlenecks. Focus on identifying and resolving the one main bottleneck or limitations that slows you down from achieving your primary goals. And that is what those few chapters are about. In quickly, 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Who remembers when Sean won the Be Your Best Challenge
On the stage.
in Pretoria
I've got a
on the
photo
stage? Yes, I've got a video of it because Sean won the Be Your Best Challenge. William, I'm sure you'll hear about it. He also won a photo shoot. Oh my word, to get Sean to smile and to get him to relax was like impossible task for Dina and I. But he got onto that stage and he actually had to talk to how many, Sean? About 1,500 people or 2,500 people in front of him. I could not believe it because he could not even say happy birthday to 2 people at one time of his own family. And there he stood on that stage